I went out and bought a mystery box of DVDs. Why did I do this? Well, because I get a lot of requests to compare full screen and widescreen versions of movies. As a matter of fact, in my last video where I shared the list, I got flooded with comments with even more requests. And my list grew from 110 movies to 230. And that is only requests that I see in my comment section of my videos. That does not include the movies that I have done for my own personal collection or that I have come across in my local library or Goodwill. So when I saw that I could buy a mystery box of DVDs on eBay, I wondered if that was a better way to get to more of your requests. Now, this particular mystery box came with 80 DVDs and cost me $37.44 after taxes and shipping. Now, for reference, when I go to my local Goodwill, it's about $2 a DVD, and when I buy them on eBay, they can be anywhere from $3 to $6 per DVD. So paying 47 cents per DVD through the mystery box does seem like a good idea, at least on paper. But the real question is, how many are going to be full screen DVDs that are on my viewer requested list? So let me share with you what I got. In the box were 7 TV seasons, 15 specials, meaning TV specials, workout videos, random bonus discs. I think the Jack Nicklaus is actually a video game. 27 widescreen DVDs that I can add to my collection. 14 widescreen DVDs that I already own, with 2 copies of Black Hawk Down and Remember the Titans. I also got 2 copies of World War Z, which is why you saw it in the last picture and in this one. And finally, 18 full screen DVDs. However, 2 of these movies I already own, Spider-Man and National Treasure, and they did send me 2 copies of Fever Pitch in full screen, which brings the total to 81 DVDs, although technically one was a video game, and there were 4 movies that they sent me 2 copies of. So to answer the question posed before, out of the 18 full screen DVDs in the mystery box, only 2 were on my list of viewer requested comparisons, Full Metal Jacket and P.S. I Love You. So let's take a look at those 2 movies. First, let's take a look at P.S. I Love You. And as you can see, the full screen DVD does expand the image on the top and bottom of the frame a little bit, while only cropping the sides a little bit. Now, this DVD is a flip disc, so the widescreen was on one side, the full screen is on the other, and that is what you are seeing in this comparison. Now, since the widescreen's in 1.85 to 1 and the full screen's in 1.33, you really don't gain or lose all that much in either version. So if you are planning to rewatch the movie P.S. I Love You, and you want to know which version to watch, I hope this helps you decide. For me personally, I don't really have a preference as to which version of this movie I watch. This is not a movie I'm going to rewatch over and over again. I think I've seen it once since it's come out. Not that this is a bad movie, just if I had to rewatch a romantic comedy, this wouldn't be at the top of my list. Now, if you're a big fan of this movie and you watch it all the time, it may be worth checking out the full screen DVD to see that extra image on the top and bottom, but keep in mind you'll have black bars on the left and right of your screen. Now let's take a look at Full Metal Jacket. And as you can see, the full screen DVD extends the image on the top and bottom while barely cropping the sides. Now, from what I understand, when Stanley Kubrick saw the pan and scan version of 2001: A Space Odyssey, he wasn't exactly happy, and from then on started filming his movies in a way that they could easily be adapted to a 4:3 screen. So that is why in movies like Full Metal Jacket and The Shining, you see a bit more of the image on the top and bottom of the screen compared to the widescreen version. But keep in mind, when he filmed these movies, I have to imagine he filmed them for a widescreen theatrical release. Now, I have seen comments where people specifically ask me about Stanley Kubrick films like Full Metal Jacket and The Shining and want to know my opinion on it. So here it is. I like both versions of the film. I don't think there's that big of a difference between the 2 versions, but if you absolutely forced me to pick one version to watch, I would probably pick the full screen version. I now own it on DVD, and I do like seeing the extra image on the top and bottom of the screen. But again, that's just my personal preference, at least as of the making of this video. So overall, was it worth buying the mystery box of DVDs? Well, to add movies to my collection, sure. I got 42 movies that I didn't have before, 7 seasons of TV, and 15 TV specials or workout videos for when I need to get some exercise. But in terms of looking for full screen DVDs to handle your viewer requests, no, not really, considering I was only able to check 2 movies off that list. However, don't let that stop you from requesting more in the comment section below, and if you saw a full screen movie from the mystery box that you want to see compared, let me know so I can make that video. Thanks, and have yourself a great rest of your day.